Man, man, late night. Ah, so I'm gonna wait a little while. Usually I have my uh countdown, but man, it's late night. People probably sleep waiting for this news in the morning. I'm actually shocked that they dropped this in the midnight hour. Um, so good news, bad news. The good news is Arthur Smith is officially fired. Officially fired. That's the good news. The bad news is Rich McKay's still here. Not only is Rich McKay still here, but him and Arthur Blank are going to lead the charge for the head coach with input from the general manager. So, yeah, man, I'm not feeling that. Not feeling that at all, fam. Not feeling that at all. So, oh, Jesus. The Atlanta Falcons have dismissed Arthur Smith as the team's head coach following a meeting tonight in Atlanta with Falcons owner and chairman Arthur M. Blank and the team CEO Rich McKay. Now let me see if I can go back right here and get the full report. Okay, so this is their official statement. Decisions like this are never easy and they never feel good. We have profound respect for Coach Smith and appreciate all the hard work and dedication he has put into the Falcons over the last 3 years. He has been part of building a good culture in our football team, but the results on the field have not met our expectations. After significant thought and reflection, we have determined the best way forward for our team is new leadership and head coaching position. So Tom Pelissero also says the Falcons say the search will be led by Arthur Blank and Rich McKay with input from Falcons general manager Terry Fontenot and several other appropriate members of Blank's Atlanta Falcons and A&B Sports Entertainment organizations. The bad news is Rich McKay's still around. That's the bad news. The good news is progress. Progress. I think there's a couple reasons why they released this tonight instead of in the morning. Well, technically it is morning, but usually they wait until like the major junkets get ready and up in the morning before they start leaking stuff like this. I think the Falcons got ahead of this because they might already have an idea of who they want or who at least they're going to go after. Because in one of these things I read, their search starts immediately. So I got a hunch they've been wanting to fire Smith for some weeks now. And I do appreciate them laying the hammer down early, them being the first ones to get their guy out the door. I appreciate that. I don't really like the fact that McKay's still around. And not only is McKay still around, but he's going to play a vital part in picking our head coach. Yeah. Well, whatever. First order of business was getting Arthur Smith out of here. That's why y'all can't really trust these reports that come out weeks prior. His job is safe. They have to say that, fam. They have to. Because in the middle of the season, what are you going to do? Say your coach is on thin ice? And then you have to think this is a business at the end of the day. They rely on their fans to buy season tickets, to buy Falcons paraphernalia. They need those fans to do that. What's going on, Falcons fan? Up with me late. He says, peace, bye, Felicia. Yeah. So I'm not really going to keep this one long because we're going to go in detail I appreciate that, man. Says I love your videos, bro. You speak the truth, man. I do my best. I do my best. Jeffrey says, now that Smith is gone, we need a new uniform change, attitude change, everything. Just change the whole culture. Well, they are having a press conference tomorrow at 4. What I'm gonna do is stream live at 4. We're gonna watch the press together. We're gonna watch the press conference together. I have a feeling that they've already targeted who they're gonna go after. Now, it's gonna be interesting because a lot of people are gonna become available. You got a guy from the college ranks who everybody's trying to get back to the pros now. You got a guy up in New England who's been there the last 25 years. You got some of these offensive coordinators who people are licking their chops at. So it is going to be interesting, but the one thing we know for sure as of right now, Rich McKay safe and Terry Fontenot safe. Now, I haven't heard anything. The interesting part about it is they fired Arthur Smith. I hadn't heard anything about Dave Ragone, but I'm pretty positive Dave Ragone's out of here too. I'm pretty positive. But they haven't announced. They haven't announced anything on Dave Ragone, which is interesting. I'm looking at it right now, and I don't see anything about Dave Ragone. Nothing. That might come in the morning, but I think all of it will be explained at 4 o'clock. So we'll see. I just wanted to hop on here real quick, man. I was up. And bing. I look at my phone. Who the hell texted me? Nah, my phone was telling me, hey, man, your boy up out the paint, dog. Your boy up out the paint. I'm like, damn, really? Atlanta firing shots in the midnight hour? Okay. I actually call this progress. They learned from the last coach. Sometimes guys you can't keep them a year too long. And 7-10, 7-10, 7-9. It's not going to cut it. You won 21 games in 3 years. So to me, the writing was on the wall when he kept Ridder in there. Writing was on the wall. And for you to get embarrassed the way that you got embarrassed today, this being the worst loss of the season, and this is a game you had to, even if Tampa won, this is a game you had to have. And you went out there and had the worst showing all year and managed to only score 17 points with a quarterback that you benched. So anyway, man, I'm going to hop up out here. I just wanted to jump on here real quick, give my 2 cents. People that are still up, Jeffrey, Falcon, people that are still up in the midnight hour, Arthur Smith is officially fired. And we will go in depth about this tomorrow. Anthony says the writing was definitely on the wall, so he had to go. Yeah. And it's going to be interesting what they do with Desmond Ridder. I'm kind of curious as to why Dave Ragone ain't in this package deal, though. Ain't no way they keeping him as an offensive. There's no way they're keeping him as an offensive coordinator. Hold on before I get up out of here. Let me go through this again, because usually when your head coach, who is the offensive coordinator, gets up out of there, they usually let the offensive coordinator go too, because there's really no sense of having him. But the only name I see, right now is Arthur Smith. That is the only name I see on here. So what I'm thinking is they're going to announce all this stuff tomorrow. They're going to announce all this tomorrow. And he, and to be honest, if he's not fired tomorrow, whatever coach they bring in here, gonna fire him anyway. They're not gonna keep him on. So he's pending firing. His firing is pending, which I don't even know why you would keep him in the building if you know the new guy that comes in is not going to keep Dave Ragone as his offensive coordinator. Might as well, you should have fired him too. But again, it's early. It's early. They had to get the big one out of the way first. So it's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get some sleep. We go come back and reconvene tomorrow morning. We're gonna fire Dave Ragone too. But Nielsen, just like Jeffrey said, Nielsen should be safe. But depending on what head coach you get, that's going to be a tough one. But anyway, fam, I'm about to call it a night. I'm not about to get back on here, and I'm not going to let this drag on for an hour or so, because we're going to be knee deep in it tomorrow. I just wanted to hop on here. Hey, man, it was time. Negro Dominance struck again. Sometimes I hate being right about stuff like this. I really do. But, Arthur Smith will land on his feet. That man is laying in silk sheets tonight. He has no worries financially. Now, football-wise, might be a different story. But I feel the team will give him a shot, man. He does have a lot of experience in different facets of the game. Tight end, all kinds of stuff. So I'm pretty sure somebody will take him on. Probably not as an offensive coordinator, line coach, something like that. Have him work his way back up to offensive coordinator. And that's if he still wants to do it. But head coach was not his thing. Even though the players campaigned for him heavy, which personally he's probably, fam, every time I talk about, player staff, it's I never attack them personally. Never. So the players getting his back, hey, man, I understand that 100%. I saw the same thing with Dan Quinn on his way out the door. But like the front office said, the results are what they are. You have the same number of wins you had last year and the year prior. It's just unacceptable. So anyway, we up out of here, man. We will reconvene tomorrow. The press conference is at 4. So I'll probably jump on here maybe about 3:30ish. We'll chop up games, see what's out there, and then see what they have to say, man. So with that being said and done, y'all have a great night, man. And I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.